Welcome back to the channel.
We're not doing a big old long monologue. Not today, because this is my show.
Really? We're not gonna
No.
We're not gonna launch it off?
No, you can launch it off. He's gonna do his diatribe, but not for very long.
No, not very long. Let me just say this. We're doing this today because you can maybe tell in my voice I'm not sounding too hot and I'm not feeling too good. Been down with a really nasty, I like to call it a cold. I want to get past the whole Rona thing the last couple of years, because I think as we go forward, when you come down with some type of a cold, it's going to be some form of whatever the hell is going around. And that's kind of what I'm dealing with. A lot of just, feels like my head's going to explode. And this has been going on since Tuesday. So I thought, you know what? Let's let Jenna drive this truck and let's see where she takes us. But what I want to do is lead off the program, at least talking about what we had in the header, and that is Q4 for eBay. We talked about last week was 8.9% decrease in GMV, general merchandise value. That's the value that's exchanged on the eBay site, or the merchandise that's exchanged on the site. And Q4 was down 8.9%. But what I thought was really interesting is the focus categories, which is your high-end sneakers, your jewelry, watches, eBay motors. I even saw that refurbished goods was considered a focus category, and trading cards had a 7% increase in Q4. So if those focus categories had a 7% increase in Q4, yet eBay still finished down 8.9% in revenue, what does that say for the categories that really haven't been getting eBay's full attention and full support, like the focus categories? That tells me that it's probably somewhere around, 12, 13, 14% decrease in Q4 sales for the rest of us. Because I think most of you guys don't sell in those focus categories. You might, but chances are you're not. And look, like Biff got here really early today and said Q4 had my 4th, 9th, and 7th best months of 2022, very middle of the road. So Q4 doesn't ever mean much to me. My best quarter of 2022 was Q3, where I had my 2nd, 3rd, and 6th best months. That's excellent. You sell, like, there's some sellers that really aren't affected by Q4 and have their worst months in Q4. But I guess the whole point in me even bringing this up, it's always a good idea that you're in touch with the health of the site that you're selling on. And it's not for me to, dog eBay or rain on its parade. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of parades lately with eBay, but it's not, the whole point is just so you have an idea of the pulse of the site you're selling on. And, it's to give you an idea. I mean, how many sellers out there are beating themselves up because of bad sales? I know I did. Q4, I was really beating myself up. Yes, it's a combination of what you're selling. That's a big part of it. But, if everyone's down, during the same period of time, selling pretty much the same type of stuff, then, it's not just you. You shouldn't be beating yourself up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, get in, like Bearded Picker was talking about in his live stream this week, get uncomfortable. And it's what I've been doing the last couple months, getting really uncomfortable. Picked up 40 items today to resell. And of course, we were talking a couple carloads of stuff. And yeah, I don't like selling the big stuff, but it's because it's not comfortable. And so that's my goal. I'm getting uncomfortable. And, if you have anything to say about, what you think about Q4, what you think it means for the future of eBay. I think we have these discussions because, we want to see eBay succeed, but it's very concerning to me when you see like what they like to fluff up the numbers. One thing also that they said, apparently eBay finished Q4 ahead of expectations. So apparently they had already expected to lose money. 18.2 billion GMV, general merchandise value. The focus categories continue to deliver, outpacing the overall marketplace by more than 7%, proving that when we change the experience, we drive GMV. Well, you should do it for all the categories, not just the ones that make you feel, special. There's no real rhyme or reason to promote baseball cards. I like baseball cards, but there's no rhyme or reason to promote certain categories and leave all the rest of the sellers, just wondering, when are you going to promote my item? And then they say our 2023 roadmap will continue to focus on delivering and streamlining innovative seller experiences, establishing a game-changing level of trust between sellers and buyers. I don't know what now they say establishing a game-changing level of trust between sellers and buyers. What does that mean? Are they going to make further changes? I don't know. And opening up new global markets to increase your sales. So I just think it's kind of funny how they try to put a spin on the stats and all that. One last thing before I hand over hand the wheel back to Jenna here. Really wanted to put out a video this week about this whole promoted listings thing that's been going on. I put out a video. I took it down because it was causing a lot of confusion. People weren't, it's not my style to sugarcoat and to give out, information in a form of a riddle. I kind of did that so that you can maybe figure it out on your own. I don't want to come out and say it. I was wrong. Let me just say this. I was wrong. And when I spoke to the US rep at eBay, they had made it seem, and based on how they explained it to me, that the intention is to charge a promoted listing fee every time a promoted listing item is sold. But according to the policy is still there. And someone had mentioned this, and I told them I'd look into it. Whenever your item shows in search, it'll either show up as a sponsored listing, that's a promoted listing, or an organic without the promoted listing rate. I don't know what determines, why one time it'll come up as sponsored, but the other time it'll come up as organic. But that's the way it's set up, and it still is set up that way. So you will still get organic sales on promoted listings just because it comes up in search that way. So that does not change what I know as far as there's a big glitch in the system, guys. And once they fix that, our rates are going to go up. You're going to be spending more on your promoted listing rates. And
yeah, he didn't want to, as it was, he was the bearer of the bad news to you all, but he doesn't want to be the one to point it out to the big dogs.
I don't think this at this point it really matters. I mean, I think they know. I mean, the way the policy is for promoted listings, whenever any search on eBay should only yield one result. So your item should never be duplicated. It used to be when it first started that it was the organic listing and then the sponsored listing. Okay. And they changed that. They didn't want to have duplicate listings. People were, complaining about it and whatnot, but they never fully fixed it. And so it's my thought was that, well, the organic listing was coming up in search over the sponsored listing in the dual listing. And that's why we're getting organic listings and not paying the promoted fees, but it's a combination. So it's not as bad as I thought it was, because the way the setup is, you're still going to get organic listings coming up in your best match searches and your other searches. But yeah, so it's still not good. If it's still good for us sellers that it's not, caught, but once it's found, we're going to be paying more, I guess is, what you guys need to know. So take us on this ride, Jenna. I'm going to get off my soapbox here because my head feels like it's going to explode.
Yeah, your face is all red.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hello to Biff Boffle, Keena, Mark Suddick. Hi, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend and make big sales. Why are you laughing? Picky Ricky, I was like about 50% better on all months until we hit the fourth quarter last year. Then it sunk back.
Click on it so it shows.
Oh. Then it sunk back to previous year's numbers. So I knew we got a crisis of some sort because my store has much more. Yeah, it's going to even flow up and down, I'm sure.
Sit up a little bit.
No.
Are you hiding behind the comments or what?
No, I'm not trying to. Why can they not see me when I do that?
Well, they see the overlay.
I'm short, guys. I'm 5'3", if I'm lucky. All right. Picky Ricky, as soon as gas
you got to click on it, honey, so they can see.
Oh God. As soon as gas and
Sorry,
electricity prices skyrocketed, it went sour on eBay. I don't know. What do you think of that? I don't know.
I think he's right.
I mean, it all went to hell in a handbasket. Just the whole world's going crazy.
So let me ask you, it's not easy, is it?
It's not easy. I never said it was.
Let me help you.
No. Bill York, let's go, Jenna.
How you doing, Bill?
Let's go, Bill. Prosser's in the house. He's grabbing a coffee. Riddle's closet. Biscuit butt. Hey, Archie.
You have to click so they can see too.
I don't need to go through that. I can read it and then they say it. I can say it. Ping G. Good afternoon, Jenna. I don't know if I like being in the driver's seat.
Here, let me do this. Let's do this.
Jovial.
Sorry, guys.
What do you mean, sorry?
No. Just, we
got to click on every one of them.
We got Ping G's in the house. How you doing, Ping G?
Ping G.
Oh, we want everyone to see what we're talking about here. Jovial Juggler.
Let's go, Jenna. Let's go. You
got this. And, she's got the training wheels on today. I'm kind of glad we did this because there will be a time next month where she's going to be running this whole show by herself.
I don't know why you guys want to do that.
It's fun.
I can guarantee you that.
Here's the thing. Jenna doesn't understand why do they want to see me on the video? Why do they want to hear me? Why do they want me to, it's like, come on, you're likable. Maybe you guys can explain better than I can because once she gets over this, why do they want to hear from me thing? Why do they want me in the video?
The whole house here,
and I know it's just I'm in your seat, so I'm the one that shakes things. So once she gets past that, I think she's going to.
I'm not one for being center of attention. I don't like it.
So they're looking forward to you moderating tonight.
Moderating. I can moderate really well, but I don't like to be the center.
Start moderating. Let's see. So we're still on
your mouse over here.
Oh no, it's on my mouse pad right here. Jovial Juggler. I was going to post why I blew a gasket over eBay and eBay's customer service, convo, etc. But since it's Jenna's first time, well, I want it to be a positive experience.
Go ahead and blow the gasket. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm always down for a good eBay customer service experience story.
Practice run for when she goes solo.
Yeah, when she goes live. And you know what? I think you do just fine. It's to do these live streams. It's you just got to have you got to have a talking point to start off the show with. You can't just take over the show and just talk for an hour and not involve the audience.
Well, I can involve. I believe me. I feel like I'm talking right to you guys, and you're right in front of me. But
we got Dixie Flipper in the house. How you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Let's see. Jovial Juggler. Jenna, sit in the big girl chair. Put in a 4-wheel drive and let's get them. No Design 2. Hey John, your hair got longer and blonder. No, yeah, maybe longer. I just got to.
He's talking because I'm in the seat.
Oh, okay. I'm dense. My head hurts.
He's not all here.
I'm not all here. I'm doing my very, very best to keep up, guys. Prosser says, John, are you okay? You don't look too well. If you are not, then hey, go off the bed and relax. Jenna's got this. I don't look good.
Yeah, you look very worn out.
I am worn out, guys.
Worn down.
I probably feel better right now than I have in the last 2 days. And
it's been a rough 2 days for the both of us because when he's sick,
I just can't. I have not been able. I'm like up on the hour every hour throughout the night, and it's torturous. Let me put it that way. But it is what it is. I'm gonna get through it. It's harder. The thing that upsets me is I don't want to sit in bed resting. I want to get.
He doesn't know how to sit still.
I want to get to work.
I've been telling him to go to bed for 2 days now, and he doesn't know how to stop. I mean, surprisingly, Wednesday night he went to bed at 6:30 in the evening, and that was a shocker.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I was trying my best to get some stuff done, and just couldn't do it. Couldn't power my way through it. So going to tonight after this live stream is done, I'm going to get some like I said, we got 40 items that we brought in.
Yeah, we went this morning and picked up 2 carloads full of merchandise, so that was exciting. We had some our Wi-Fi kept going out this morning, so I couldn't do shipping until we got back, but even still it gets very stressful when the Wi-Fi goes out because that's our, you guys know, that's how we run the business. So we're using cell data to get through.
Yeah.
So it can get rough. And then he had left to go get the second carload, and I was doing the shipping, and it went out again. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get to Value Trends? Because see, I have Hot Desert deals on my phone along with Posh and Mercari. I knew what I could see with my cell data there, but I couldn't see Value Trends, and he didn't tell me how many he had to ship. And I was so worried because normally his is the one that is not only is it many items, but it's big items. So I was kind of stressing, but it all worked out okay. The cell server, the Wi-Fi came back on, and we were good to go.
Yeah, they've been out here like 2 weeks ago. They're out here digging where they had they have like the whole main unit for the whole neighborhood. And they're out there again digging this morning. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but just put a new one in and just call it a day. Quit trying to fix the one that's out there. Because, there's nothing more frustrating is when you're trying to work and you can't because you don't have internet. But as far as this is concerned, I wouldn't miss this live stream with you guys. I'm never going to cancel. I mean, I have to be really sick, really like in my deathbed sick to cancel.
Stop fussing with that.
To cancel a live stream because I enjoy the time that we have. It's one of the highlights of my day, and I'm not going to cancel over.
I tried to get him to cancel, but he won't.
We got Jackie's in the house. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Hi, Jackie.
Andy says, Andy from
Indiana.
Yep. Don't know
you have ice storms.
How long we have ice storms, but we'll see. I like ice storms.
We got lots of snow over the last 2 days. It came so low, like it was snowing out at our house, but we're down in Vegas is like a bowl, like you probably already know, but it's like a bowl, like the strip is right in the center of the bowl. And we are not quite on the upper end of the bowl, but we are a little bit further down. But the mountains, the snow came really, really low. We woke up to some beautiful white mountains on Thursday.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, you wouldn't want to guess where Kevin Hawthorne's from?
He's from Lakeland, Florida, and today is his birthday.
Oh, awesome.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
That's awesome. Riddle's Closet says, happy birthday, Kevin, as well. Tommy says, as been said many times, immediate binding payments will destroy GMV. This is 100% why the rollout is going to be slower than no one designs crackheads. Yeah. And, I think that might be the case, but again, we're over a month past when they said they were going to start implementing this. I'm still getting offers where they're not paying right away. It is what it is. I'm so used to it now that it's just when it happens, I guess I'll be shocked. But until then, I'm just gonna continue, accepting the offers based on the feedback that I see that they leave for others, and maybe check their feedback to see if they're not deadbeats. But other than that, I'm just gonna hope for the best and just continue to cancel after 4 days when they don't pay. No one designs says, hey, my crackheads are fast. I only hire quality crackheads. We have Sandra's in the house.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Jenna and John. Keep hitting the like button and keep getting sales. So
that's right.
Yeah.
And Friday I hit the like button when you all were hanging out with John and Art, and I got 5 sales just while you were on the live. So that's awesome. It works. It works.
Yes, we have a thing where if you hit the like button during this live stream, you're going to get a sale in the next 24 hours. And if you don't, the money that you've spent to get that opportunity is going to be refunded back to you in full.
In full.
Yes. In fact, I will add another 50%.
Yeah, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Well, it's fun. Biscuit Butt says, what's comfortable is making money. You know what?
Agree.
When you're making money, things, and I don't want to be the guy that says money is the key to happiness, but it does help. If you're making money, you're not as stressed. When you're making money versus when you're not, it's, you may not have anything to be upset about. Maybe you're in perfect health, but you're just not making money. But once you start making money, it makes, even if like you're feeling sick like I am, it sure makes it feel a little bit better. So that's why I'm eager to get back to just busting my butt, because it's the only thing I know, I guess. But Biff Boffo says, perhaps Q4 sales were down because people are dropped out of eBay, going back to work, giving up on the easy reselling gig. Yeah, quote unquote easy reselling gig.
Mm-hmm.
They find out that it's not an easy way to make a living. And, I hate to say it, but the generation, I mean, I'm Gen Z. I'm not Gen Z, Gen X. I'm Gen X, not Gen Z. Gen X. Sorry, I'm not Gen Z. I'm Gen X. We have millennials and Gen Z, and they don't have the same work ethic. I just hate to say it, but if you're one of the youngsters out there, you have to kind of been living back in my day, growing up in the 80s.
Back in my
day, and just watching people, how they work back then. The work ethic is nowhere near the work ethic, or the lack of work ethic that we're seeing today. What were they? There's a show I was watching where I guess people were complaining, why do I have to work 8 hours a day just to survive and live? I mean, that's the way things have been for the longest time, just to pay your bills and to make ends meet.
Well, that's the way it's always been. I don't know why this generation feels so entitled. I don't know how that happened. What's going on?
It's not good. Let's see, where am I at?
You're at Biff Boffle. Okay. Perhaps Q4.
No, we already did that.
Oh.
Leonard Kasakowski. Keep getting sales, so hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. Josh Avenado says, my question is, what's your opinion of what is a good rank by sales to be at after downloading the listing quality report? Well, I generally don't use the listing quality report, and the reason is because I sell so many different things that, like, I'll have I sold a sink like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so the big ass sink.
Mm-hmm. And side note, he did the shipping on that.
Yeah, because I mean, of course, I'm not gonna. It was already in the factory packaging, so it was one of those things you just slap a label on it and just send it out. But I'm not going to go in and check the listings report to see how well my sink did as compared to everyone else. Now, I think the listing quality report is a better indicator if you're selling. Like if I want to know more about my shoes, like we sell a lot of shoes. So if we want to see where we rank, in the shoe category, I'll take the time, but I don't really think that I sell enough shoes for me to even be relevant. So for me, I don't take the time to look at that report. I've looked at it before. I think it's kind of cool how they say, you're 10,500th in whatever category. And I guess maybe that'll give you something to say, okay, I was 10,000 this month and now I'm 8,000 next month. But do you really need a report to tell you if you've made progress in a certain category? Or to me, the scoreboard is always how much you're making. Am I making more money than I did last month selling the same thing? And that's the scoreboard to me. I don't really care where I rank as long as my charts, my impressions and my sales are going up. Tommy Bernard podcast. It all isn't eBay's fault. Sellers are the ones supplying products. Look how many sellers you see every week saying, I've been on eBay for 15 to 20 years and are crying daily because they didn't adapt. Right.
Or they don't continuously adapt to things that are changing year after year after year. eBay is nothing like it was 15, 20 years ago. We're constantly evolving and changing things and getting out of our comfort zone because we have to. Believe me, I'm a creature of habit, and I would much rather keep doing the same thing over and over again in a routine style. But we can't, even, with us doing this for the last 4 years full time. We've made change after change, sometimes month after month. It's a constant change. He'd say, okay, we're going to do shipping like this, or we're going to do something a certain way. And we do that for so long. And then the next month he's like, okay, we're going to change this and we're going to do it this way. It's a constantly changing environment as the world is changing, and you have to adapt and you have to make changes and get uncomfortable.
But I'm glad you said that, because people who sold so long, 15 to 20 years, they want to get to a place where they're comfortable. And I think that is the big downfall. When you start getting comfortable in this business, you're going to be missing out on a lot of opportunities. Because the moment you get uncomfortable, that means you're taking extra steps to do things that you're not used to. And you're going to eventually, I believe, if you do the right things, maybe it's not comfortable to you. But like for me, making the change in the type of products that I sell. Now, it doesn't mean I don't sell shoes anymore. We still got, big tubs of shoes out there. We're going to still sell the shoes, but we're also going to introduce different products that have a higher price point. And that's helped us tremendously.
Oh, huge difference.
I mean,
huge.
We're looking at,
I think if you have, a flow to your business, you have, a schedule, not so much a schedule, because we don't really keep a schedule, but you have a flow of the way that you have to do. I get up and do shipping every Monday through Friday, every morning, for however long it takes me. And then I move on to other projects. But, you have to have some kind, and your organization has to be top tier. You have a mess going on, you're never going to succeed, because you can't find what you're looking for. You don't know if the shoe's over there or you misplaced it over here. John
returned it.
Yes. Yes. So, key example, the other day we sold, what were those, something arms.
Well, it's a car part.
It's a car part. I'm looking all over the garage. We are pretty good. Yeah. An occasional item will get put on a different rack, but that's, it's not as often to make a big deal about it. However, this item is a big, bright yellow box. And I told him, I have not shipped that. that is not gone out. Something's I searched in his office everywhere, could not find it. Well, guess what?
Well, so it's a front upper suspension control arm ball joint assembly. And I don't know what the hell that is.
It's a big box.
So I picked that up. I picked this up for like $3. Okay. And the site that I got it from stated that it was an AC Delco. When I got it, it wasn't an AC Delco, and it didn't have the actual nut. There's a nut that goes with it. And I'm like, okay, wait, not only is this not what they said it was, it's doesn't have the nut. So I had already created the listing, the draft, and I was looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to list this, even though I'm into it for such a low price. So I swear to you, I deleted the draft, and somehow I launched it. And so I took the thing back, got my money back. And the thing sold for $49.99 plus shipping. The crazy thing is, this guy contacted me. I guess he's in Canada, and he said, "Can you send me an invoice for the part and the shipping separate?" I said, "No, there's no way to do that on eBay. You can't." Yeah, I said, "Here's what I'll do, because I think I had it for like $59.99. I'll sell it to you on an offer for $49.99, and I'll give you, take the time you need. If you need 4 days, 5 days, that's fine, to get all the money together." And I was working with them back and forth, and so he sends the money. I said, "Awesome, we're gonna take care of it." And then we're out there looking for it. I'm like, "Where the hell is this part?" And then it hit me. I'm like, "Oh crap, this is the one that I took back." So
I mean, I was looking in solds.
Yeah.
I was looking underneath everything in the garage, and I could not locate it. And so finally I was like, I'm moving on to the next item, because you're going to have to figure this out. So
I apologized to him profusely, and I said, "Look, I'm super embarrassed here." I said, "I'm going to have to cancel this and give you your money back. We had this, and it didn't turn out to be the right part, and it was missing the nut." And turned out that he's like, "Yeah, if I would have received that instead of what was, in the listing, I think I would have, it would have been a problem."
Been mad.
But he was already kind of mad. And then he sent me a message like the next day saying, apparently eBay only gave me my money back less $3. And I'm like, I hit the cancel order. Of course, out of stock option. I hate that. That's a defect on your account, but it's the honest way to do it. That's how it happened. But I don't see why the buyer would have not been made whole. But yeah, that was the story I thought you guys would enjoy. I didn't enjoy it.
No, it was, he's like, "My account's going to take a hit. You know that, right?" It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't her. I'm just saying it out loud. I would have said it to you guys if I had the camera on.
He was so mad at himself.
I was just upset at myself because I don't like to be okay, come on. How did this thing get listed? I mean, maybe because I do a bulk, scheduling, like I'll schedule 10 to launch this day. I mean, maybe I just thought I canceled the draft and I didn't, but it is what it is. We have Art in the house.
Hey, Art.
And
Sandra Hoyer.
I do not think it was due to a drop of resellers in my area of Indiana. It seems everyone is a reseller. Different levels of reseller. You have some that maybe dabble. And I got to tell you, there's lots of resellers out there, guys. There's lots of people are going to, if they can sell on eBay, people are going to try to make it work. So much out there, so many channels like this out there that help others, start. And so for every seller that quits, you have other sellers that'll just jump right in there and start selling their stuff. But I think it's, maybe the volume that's dropping. You're losing a lot of high volume sellers, I think, that are just leaving the platform. I get so many people that comment that, "Hey, after this month, I'm closing shop. After this month, I'm closing shop." And they're going to different platforms because of eBay. No One Design says, "Hey, Jenna, who is your co-host?"
He says he talks a lot.
I know.
He does. Yeah, you have no idea.
Uh,
He not only talks to you all, but he talks a lot to me, and he talks a lot to himself.
oh, stop it. I sing to myself.
No, he talks out loud in the middle of the night.
Well, that's different.
He's feeling like trash, right? I get it. But don't talk in the middle of the night. I don't want to hear you crying and moan. Yes, he's a baby.
Excuse me,
when he is
miss, let me
sick.
tell you something. You have a conversation and I'm like, oh, what is she saying? I'm like listening to you. You've had them before.
Okay, so I'm dreaming.
Okay.
However,
I was tormented the last couple nights. It's like, you know what's weird? I'm having these weird dreams. I swear to you. And I don't dream like that.
That's what happens when you're sick and you've been taking meds.
Oh my
He's been
goodness.
taking some CBD and it's been making him a little cuckoo.
CBD, that's good stuff. The gummies, those are some good things. I gotta tell
they
you,
don't have any THC.
no THC. But my throat has been like, I mean, to the point where I can't even like drink anything. And these CBDs are a godsend. They've been very helpful in the pain. He talks a lot. Yes, I do. I thought you guys like listening to me talk. Is that why you initially?
That's why he's always in the driver's seat, because he can talk about something for days.
Anytime Picker says, Tommy told me that if eBay sales keep picking up for him, he'll drop his shoe supplier and start buying shoes to resell at rodeo drive stores for the regular prices.
Yeah, right.
And hello, everyone. Hello. And I believe this is Roman.
That's Rowan.
Yes.
Yep, he's not blocked anymore.
You know, I don't know how that happened, to be honest with you.
He figured out a way to get on the live, though, so that wasn't even a problem.
You know, I was watching that live. I was watching the live stream of Cincinnati Picker. Had Pete from Craigslist Hunter and Kevin Commonwealth. They're talking about the reseller rally that's going to be in Cincinnati. I think I might try to make it. I'm not sure if I can go. I've been in contact with Cincinnati Picker, and I'm going to try, but I don't know if I will or not. But I'm going to make every effort. But I think that sounds like a fun time. I don't think
I've ever been to Cincinnati.
I have been one time.
I've never been to Ohio.
Flew into Cincinnati, and we drove to the Kentucky Derby.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Me and Tim.
You and Tim.
Let's see. Sweetdeal.vip says, how's everyone's sales going? Just wondering.
Going good.
I can tell you that what I was going to say.
I feel earlier, like our sales are so much better right now than they were in Q4. I mean, I know why. It's because we're doing our sourcing is incredible right now.
Last 31 days is up 96.3%. We're at 9 on this main account. Now mind you, we only have 320 items in the store. $9,475. Last 90 days is 18,439. So if we take, that's like the last 30 days is half of my 90. So, yeah. I mean, the 60 days prior to this last 30 days is at 10. That's like 5,000 a month. Okay. That's in Q4. I was selling at 5,000 a month. That's horrible. And horrible. And, so January, so December and January, I apologize. So December, January, and then February was a really good month for us. So we're back on track just on this main account for a really good year.
And the other account is doing great too. I think there was only 1 or 2 days that were during the week and it slipped. And it was like, we got one sale, or one of the days it was 0. And I was like, something's wrong with the account, honey. Something's wrong. You got to go in there and do some sell similars or something.
Yeah.
And, but sure enough, it was just a lull. You know, there's going to be even flows, you know, all the time. So
what we did here on the secondary account, you guys know that I wasn't really selling on the secondary account until like the middle part of January. I poured it over. I'd say I think out of 800 some odd listings, 500 plus listings, we poured it over with Ink Frog over to this account. and that left like 300 some odd on the main account. We only left the items that had $20 plus shipping or higher on that main account, and then it left a lot of items that were under 20 or around that ballpark and lower. And so we have like 500 some odd listings. We put a lot of our
Actually, it's
LPs.
600.
Is it 600 now? Well, it built up to 600, but at the time we put up 500.
Yeah.
So we've been continually listing a lot of the records and stuff. The last 90 days is not going to be a good indicator because it's really been like the last 45 days is at 3,600. The last 31 days is at 2,100. So we're probably looking at about a $6,000, $6,500 90-day total.
Which for
account.
that store is really good.
Yeah. So, ideally, we want to get up to 30,000 over between both accounts over, a 90-day period. And that's kind of what the goal is. And then we'll reassess and make further goals. You don't want to make goals that are too far out of your reach. But the goal for me is always to average around $500 in sales. Now, for me, I think my margin is at around 46% after eBay fees, shipping, cost of goods and all that. I think my margin's down from let's say 2019 because the promoted listing rates, instead of just hovering at like 1% just to play the promoted listing games.
1.1.
We used to do 1.1. I used to say, you know what? I'm going to be slick here. Everyone's promoting at 1% because they feel like they have to. I'm going to do 1.1 and I'm going to be ahead of the crowd. And I thought I was slick. But now, you got to do anywhere between 2 and 12%. And if you're sitting at 2%, you're with everyone else. But because of that, I'm now no longer, my margins aren't where they used to be, like 55 to 60%, because I'm playing a much higher promoted listing game. Yeah. And I guess that's another change like Tommy was talking about. If you're sitting there trying to find the best way to be cheap about making money and you're not willing to invest in your business and nobody likes this whole game that eBay wants us to play. But if you are going to be at a place where you're just going to say, you know what, principal, I'm not going to pay eBay any more than I have to. And then you wonder why you're not making money on the site. That might be part of the problem. Mom Knows Treasures, MKT. How you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Tommy says, easy workaround, end, relist, sell similar every 28 days to kick off the watchers. Watchers mean nothing anyway. You know what? A lot of watchers could be people that are just doing research on the items that they're selling. If they click on your item,
they're a seller in their own right, and they're just for some reason eBay seems to think that it's okay to put a heart on somebody else's item when all you're doing is looking at their what the solds were. And that's happened several times. However, I made like 8 offers this morning to watchers, and I got 3 sales from it.
Yeah. And, as far as watchers are concerned, I don't really get concerned. I have 3 or 4 people that are watching the item. I guess that doesn't prevent me from ending the item and selling similar. Yesterday, I went into both accounts. I wiped out almost the entire store, and I ended the listings, sell similar on all of them. I think I did a 2% decrease in price because, if you're not selling, a lot of stuff's just sitting, chances are you're priced a little higher than the market. Now, 2% ain't going to be a big deal, but if you do that enough, so every time I end and sell similar, I'm continually lowering that price. At some point, you're going to find buyers who think that item is worth what you're offering, and they're going to buy it. And you're getting that boost for a new item listing by having the sell similar. So,
and I knew you had done that because
yes,
there were 4 sales of items that have been
Forever.
sitting in the store
Yes.
forever, like probably since
Over a year.
Before the last house we lived in.
Yeah, we had this Lucky brand kids like girls.
Yes,
like,
it was just a little shirt. It was a 4T, and we've had it since we got a clothing lot in liquidation many moons ago, and it sold, and I was like, oh my God, I was floored. And then a couple of other items
like
too.
The lotions that
the hand lotions, we had a lot of those, and then the pens, the light up pens.
Yeah. So by wiping out everything and then sell similar, it gave the new item boost. So it get someone's searching for those things. If I didn't do that, we'd still be holding those things right now.
Yeah. Well, they were about to go into a liquidation box because I'm so sick of looking at them.
Tommy whining is a defiance mechanism. Rosie Games says, hi, John and Jenna. Great live on Monday, but we missed you, Jenna.
Aw, thanks, Rosie. You're the only one that said that.
No,
so sweet.
No, she's not. There's other people that said that. Anytime Picker says, hi, Yvonne. Biff Boffo, everyone, quote unquote, might be reselling now, but most new people are going to be lousy at it. And since they don't make sales, they don't contribute largely to eBay revenue.
And they don't put in the work that is required. It's true.
Well, they watch these videos, they think, wow, that looks easy.
Wow, you look what they're doing. I can do that. And then they don't realize how complicated that it can be. It's okay. So it's not complicated. Let me take that back. It is a lot of work. I mean, you're doing every step of the business. It's not, it's never, you're never sitting idle. It's just a everyday, all the time thing.
Lawrence Trombley, are you going to jump on the whatnot train with all the YouTubers? Seems like all of them are now. Even eBay started a pilot program called eBay Live. Jenna, they drop the F-bomb on there all the time. No, here's the thing. I
would probably do really well there. No, I don't want to do it.
Look, I don't know. I think I'd rather take the time and just creating listings and making more off of the item because, with Whatnot, I've made $200 so far on Whatnot, and I haven't sold one item. And how did I do that? Well, I referred Archie, Biscuit Butt. He wanted to try selling on there. I said, well, sign up under my code. I get $200. And he sold a bunch of laser discs. And he was like, well, maybe it's because I need to build up an audience, right? So I don't know how many of you guys would want to come check out whatever I have to sell, but I don't really think I have good stuff to sell. That's just it. I sell a wide variety of everything. Yeah. So it just doesn't make sense for me. And, there's a bunch of people who'll go to the bins and buy stuff at the bins and then put it like clothing out there. I mean, I guess, but if I'm focusing a lot of time on sourcing that stuff and getting ready for a show, then having a show, then not listing,
my
but
luck,
shipping
nothing would sell.
But it'll sell for like $2, $4, right? And these are things that if we just put them in our store, we could sell for $10 to $15 a piece. And I think a lot of people are, use Whatnot for a quick flip, and it works if you have a good following, right? People want to support you, they like you, and they do better because they have a YouTube channel. But for me, it just doesn't seem like the way I want to make my money.
It seems like a time suck. I mean,
so I don't know.
A lot of time and effort and work goes into that for little payoff.
Rosie says, you're doing way better than I could ever do. Keep it up. Great job.
Thank you.
Let's see. Roman says, anytime next week, Tommy will have classes on his channel. If you pass his class, he'll send you a mystery box full of shoes. Chances are those shoes will be better than what we have. So I'll take that. Yeah.
We see you just fine.
Let's see. Sandra says, I caught your pulled off video, but I still have the question of, isn't it considered? Not sure I understand. If you want to rephrase that, maybe I'll answer it if I can. Let's see.
Well, she'll probably say
Sandra
it, but you'll
says,
get to it and then
advertisement, therefore tax deductible. I don't know. Rephrase it. Maybe I can answer your question. No Design says, Jenna, you need to control your co-host.
There's no control in that man.
Oh, geez. Sandra says, I relate to her since she's a woman. So that's why.
Aww.
So there's a thing to that. I mean, look, I think sometimes people don't, what do they call it? Man speak. Don't do this whole man speak to me, kind of thing. And I don't relate to you. And that's why a lot of channels, I think there's a thing that when someone, let's say a man is on here having his YouTube channel, and then he brings in his wife or girlfriend, that type of thing, and into the videos, it gets a lot more viewership because there's, people who want to learn, but
Women
they just can't
can
relate. They just can't relate. It's like, okay.
I see that because I tend to watch more female channels on YouTube as well.
Tommy says, well, she is 10,000% better in the eyes. That's my reason. Maybe Jenna just sits there and smiles while John sits in the garage with a remote mic and talks. Well, it is what it is.
Well, thank you, Tommy.
Dawn of Karaoke says, is it better to use promoted listings? I currently don't. Now, that's a good question. It depends on what you're selling. So, the last thing you want to hear is someone say, yes, you want to promote everything that you are selling, which would be the wrong answer. A lot of it has to do with the competition you're up against. So if you are in a very saturated market, let's just say clothing, for instance, you're going to want to promote your listings because there's, pull up Nike Polo in a eBay search and see how many listings come up. Thousands. So by promoting that's just another way to bring your listing up higher in search, which gives you a better chance to get that item sold. But if you're selling one of a kind, like vintage postcards, and you have a bunch of one of a kinds, there's no one out there that has the same things that you have, then it wouldn't make sense because whether or not you're promoting and they are pulling up your particular postcard, it's going to come up high in search anyway, if that makes sense. Let's see. Ricardo, greetings, John and Jenna from the OC. Go, Jenna, go. Go, Jenna, go.
Hey.
Prosser, Independent says, Jenna, you got this and you're a family, not center of attention. And like all family members, we like to see you to every bit as good as the next person.
Aw, thanks, Prosser.
You guys are awesome.
You guys really are awesome.
Anytime Roman says, if Jenna will take over this live, flipping will become easy. Simplify 1918 up in the house. How you doing? Thanks for
woo.
LSGS. Rob says, how's sales going? Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Mark Sudick says, Jenna, you will do good. Relax. Nice to see her take charge.
I take charge in a lot of things.
What is your favorite place to source? Estate sale, garage sales, thrift store, or other? Yard sales. I guess you can call them. We do actually have garage sales out here in Vegas. There's not a lot of yard space in some areas.
There's a lot of rocks here.
Yeah. I would say it's just, you never know what you're going to find. That's the kind of the fun of it, right? I still like my liquidation, but yard sales give like a different dimension to the resale game. Tommy Bernard says, just between us, Jenna, is he big baby when sick?
Yes, he is.
No way.
Oh my God. The biggest.
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you are.
Okay. Next subject. Time Traveler's Chess says, Jenna, you are doing great. I love hearing different viewpoints, and a female perspective is even better.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get some. We're way behind, but what's new?
Well, I can guarantee you there probably, in April, you keep pushing my chair, boy. In April, when I'm solo and John's not here, y'all have to be nice to me because We probably won't talk a whole lot of eBay.
Why not?
I mean, maybe a little if
You
somebody
need to get your
asks
homework.
questions.
I'm gonna have to have her do some things that she's not used to, just so she can get some experience, so that she can talk to you guys
I don't
about
need
it.
to have. This is not my. This is not my job. And
Well, wait. We just talked about how people need to make changes.
get uncomfortable.
Right.
Okay, but
And so you
I
keep
never
doing the same
signed.
thing you've been doing the last 20 years, which is stay comfortable. It's not
I
going to work.
didn't sign up to be a YouTuber. Okay.
Well, they're signing you up right here. So,
if I wanted to do that, I would have done that years
so
ago.
how many out there when I'm gone? It's going to be one Friday. I think it's going to be, mark your calendars. It's next month on the, not the 7th, but it's the 14th of the 14th of April. Is the day she's going to be
you
doing
don't need
this.
to mark your calendars.
And how many of you guys just want her to just come on here and talk? You know, I mean, nobody wants to talk makeup, because that's their favorite thing to watch on YouTube, by the way, is makeup. And you know,
it's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites.
These guys,
I like law and crime. I watch a lot of court cases. Did anybody see the Murdoch case? Just saying.
No, that's all you've been watching.
I've been invested.
So how many people are going to tune in? And if you do tune in, hopefully you have reselling material you want to talk about. And so that's what you're going to lead the discussion.
Why don't we do a poll? And,
okay.
Or a thing where people ask the questions and I can have my answer ready and I'll do it live.
Or what we could do is, we can have Tommy come on and co-host with Jenna, so that they can both talk about it. So she's, you know, just putting it out there.
Okay, because the realism of this whole thing is John does a lot of he is the statistics, he is the he knows more about eBay than I ever will. And I'm just here to work, and I do what I'm told, basically.
Jeff Zenick says, hi, John and Jenna. Hi, folks.
Hi, Jeff.
Let's see. Jovial Juggler, 3 listings taken down, only called eBay customer service because 5,100 plus listing and 3,700 sold. Want an explanation why my listings were taken down?
Yeah, I'd want a listing answer too.
Yeah, that happens a lot, though. You know, you'll have an item it's sitting there waiting to be sold, but the listing's gone. Prosper says, Jenny, you were doing an awesome job of packing on the video John put out.
Packing on the video, John. The video of me packing the foot massager.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're back.
Hey, we made it. He threatened their life, but you know.
No, I went because it's literally like half a block down by the gate when you pull in, and the guy's out there in his truck, and they've been out there all day, and they're like, yeah, we had to pull the power because apparently the rack that it's all on, they had to replace it because it was falling apart or something. So it's Cox Internet, and we have the Gigablast, so it's like, I mean, I have like 800 plus
Nobody
megabyte.
knows what that means.
It's
Gigabyte
like,
or Gigablast is the biggest package you can have.
We're down to 21 people watching, huh? That sucks. But you guys are awesome for hanging in there, because
I know you guys are the best. Tommy's in Starbucks drive-through. I'm extremely busy. Yeah. Hey, can you pick me up something while you're out? I'm extremely busy. Yeah.
Oh, it just popped up there. So yeah, so we're an hour and actually we were in an hour before the 10-minute delay. But the fact that you guys are hanging in here with us, that's pretty awesome. Let's see if I can get some. We got Mike. Hopefully Mike's here with us.
Hi, Mike.
Late to the party.
Are you still with the party?
Tommy says, I'd rather take cash and throw in trash personally.
Because somebody asked you if you're going to go to the Trash for Cash meetup.
You know, I don't know if I'm going to that or not. I know that Archie had asked me about going to it, and I don't know. I mean, really, I don't know those guys all that well. I mean, Carrie's out here, but I don't really know him all that well. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully we have some questions. Maybe I need to go back up, but I hate for that. We're getting more people back, so that's good.
There's not many questions as far as.
Okay. Says, I guess, okay, Jenna, Tommy said that if you guys don't go live soon, he'll take his like away.
And then No One Design said that when we had a black screen, the likes went up really high.
Really?
Yeah.
It's better than we're off the air than when we're on? Interesting.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, maybe forgot to pay the cable bill. No, I make sure
that's the one thing that gets paid no matter what.
Yeah, that's the first thing, because it's can you imagine? I mean, we're so used to it as a society to dealing with the internet. Can you imagine going one day or multiple days without the internet? I don't think I can function.
Well, originally when it went black, he looked at our outages in the area and he said that it was going to be out, until 10 p.m. tonight. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
It says 9:47. 9:47 time to repair, right? So
I was like, oh no.
It's like, okay, why not 9:45? Why 9:47?
Yeah.
And so I knew this was a bunch of BS. So that's why I got my shoes on and I walked over there, and the guy's like, oh yeah, just put it on the power. It usually takes 10 to 15 minutes for it to reboot once we put it back on power. So I'm like, you guys, okay, so you're not going to be messing with this no more.
Pork Chop said, you scared me when you said you were back. It was quiet.
So Pork Chop uses these live streams to get good sleep. And then we woke him up. I apologize for that. Truman Lost in Time Picker says, the only thing consistent about a cable company is my daily router restarts. The rest is crapshoot up to the company.
That's true.
Yeah, it's pretty solid with this company up until the last month and a half. And, you know, you call, you complain, but the most they're going to do is give you a credit of some sort. But even then, you know, they charge us every bit of $100 a month for this internet service. It's, I think, kind of high as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is, especially when you're getting this kind of crap happening. Kind of funny how the likes grew even when the screen is black. I'm going to have to go in and edit this video so the people that watch it after the fact. Tommy says we have an almost 90-degree turn before my house. Cars miss the turn off and take out the pole. Every couple months they're scraping somebody off the pole and our internet is out.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
That's horrible.
That's terrible.
Now I'm on the way to UPS and FedEx room and need anything while I'm out.
Well, first he was going to Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's great. That's awesome, Kina, that you guys waited for us like that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All the things that you guys can be doing on a Friday evening, and you're waiting for a couple people that have internet
Hopefully
issues.
you're working and getting something done, and we're not just wasting your time.
Eric V became invisible. Yes, we were invisible for a minute.
We even looked at the screen. We're like, what's happening?
Keep a battery operated DVD player just in case society collapses. But a battery operated DVD player. Mm-hmm. But I guess that you're going to have a little pop-up screen on that DVD player, right? Hillary Murphy says, I can survive a day without internet. Got plenty to keep me busy. My kids, however, would lose their dang minds.
Yes. I think every kid in the world would go nuts without internet. It's sad.
I think I'd go crazy. I mean, I can't list anything.
If you guys saw the amount of phone usage that this man uses, you'd think that he was born with a phone in his hand.
Yeah, this is why like a site like InkFrog is pretty good. Well, even that's like internet. You can't even, like when eBay's down, you can go on InkFrog and make listings. But if the internet's down entirely, you're not going to get. Yeah, how do you make drafts and how do you work?
I mean, the best we could do is pictures, really, because.
Yeah, you go through evaluate, like we go through like the
well,
stacks
we could
of
have
records.
gone through all the stuff that we got today.
Yeah,
but we couldn't.
Well, go through, make sure that they work, and then if the items that we got don't work, then we just put them in a pile that we're going to return them, that type of thing.
Well, Tommy, you can run everything off your phone, but if you don't have any service, then I mean, I guess we have cell service.
Yeah.
We just didn't have Wi-Fi, and that's how we run this off of the computer.
Yeah. So you're right, Tommy. We could actually go in, see.
We probably could have gone live on our phone.
That would have been hard.
That would have been.
I've never done live on the phone.
I don't know that would have been good quality.
But one strategy I like to do is I like to create a listing before I like to create the listing, put it in my drafts. And I could do that either here in the computer or on the phone, where I have an item and I'll find the equivalent on there, like through do a search, find an item, look at the solds, and then I'll go sell one like this and then save for later, right? And then it's in my drafts, and then I can add whatever I want through the phone. So I don't need internet for that. I have my data, and I guess I could just do it that way, right? So it's possible, but there's so many other things that we use the internet for, and I think I'd go crazy.
That's how we get all of our. That's all a majority of our sourcing.
Yeah. Hillary says I can take photos at a home and then list from a restaurant or something with Wi-Fi. Live in a big city. There's always somewhere with free Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go to Starbucks, get a coffee, and just hang out.
Yeah.
Can always use your phone as a hotspot.
Yeah, Tommy was saying, where he said, just plug iPhone into PC, it will become a hotspot. I didn't know that.
You have to have it set up that way. You got to change the settings to do that. So,
well, I'm sure if it became dire, you would do it.
Well, based on what the guy said, they replaced the housing for all this stuff, so they don't have to worry about it anymore. So
they better not. I mean, if they don't have to worry about it, we better not have any more for a good period.
I told
of
him,
time.
I said, it'd be nice if you guys gave us some kind of a notice before you guys start playing with this kind of stuff. So we would have just said, hey, we'll have to go live earlier, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But
I almost promised that we would go live this weekend if we couldn't get back up. Thank goodness I didn't make that.
Well, we're going to go live on Monday. But Callie Debs says, hi, guys. My computer is in the shop today. I don't like listening from my phone.
Yeah, I think it's a personal preference.
See, Jenna doesn't like to list, right?
I hate listing.
But for me, it would be helpful if, like, for instance, let's say I'm doing a certain kind of task. Maybe I'm working on listings. Have her go to the inventory, test it, make sure it's functional, right? If it's not functional, we're going to, not going to list it. But evaluate, test it, find the listing that someone else is selling the same exact item, and then just go in and sell similar and sell one like this, and then save it as draft. So when I'm ready to list that item, I have a draft of it. I don't have to go looking for a similar item and have her do that kind of thing. And then that's what I do before I even pick up the stuff that I sell. I already know what I'm buying or what I'm getting when I'm buying it. And it'll be a few days before I get it. So I can go on and find the item and create a listing. And then once I get it and evaluate it, I go in and fill in the item condition and the item description to reflect the actual condition of the item, take the photos, add the weight and dimensions of the item, and then just launch it. And that works for me. I like doing it that way better than just doing a listing from scratch. Keena says, I'm not working while watching this. Y'all are my Friday night social life.
Aww.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
You guys are our social life, period.
PTS Treasures. Patty says, hello, everyone. Thanks, Patty.
Hi, Patty. You missed the shenanigans.
Noah Design says, I think Archie sneaked over to John's house and pulled the plug on John's interweb service.
Yeah, you notice he hasn't piped in.
You know what? Archie, it's like pulling teeth to get him to come out this way.
Yeah, he thinks, oh my
once.
God, you guys live in Utah. He says that all the time.
Picky Ricky says, no way I'm paying 25 pounds a month for home internet when I can bounce the internet off my $20 a month phone. Yeah, it's
so cheap there.
Yeah,
what the heck?
It's like 100. It's like 75 pounds, the equivalent. We pay $100 out here for internet. It's ridiculous. Tommy says, if I had a business model that needed a lot of listings, I would use computer. My little 15 to 20 day, it would take longer to turn computer on than to do listings. Yeah. It's good to have a backup plan. Like if you're used to using the internet on your computer and something happens to where you're out, let's say there's an outage and they have to come out. Let's say someone wrecks into the transformer or whatever. You're going to probably be out of commission for a while. So if you're not used to using your phone for listings, it's probably a good idea to become familiar, maybe take a day or two and just practice making listings on the app so that if you need to, and all you can do is access your data for a couple days, you're not going to be out of commission. So, and again, that's getting out of your comfort zone. Maybe just having a backup plan, I think, is a good idea. Patty says, don't miss them. Finally able to comment.
She didn't miss our shenanigans. Okay.
No Design or John and Jenna was playing footsies under the table and bumped the plug off.
No, my feetsies are, I sit crisscross in the chair. Yeah. So my feet are down. It would have been him.
But, it's awesome that you guys hung with us. That's really, really cool. But yeah, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about. I
don't know.
I think I remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about the reseller deal that's going to be in Cincinnati. I think we were talking about that.
No, you came back and talked about that.
Did I come back and talk about it? No, I don't know if I think it was before.
Yeah, because somebody asked you.
Okay, but I know that you guys were asking me about the one out here. But as far as the one out there, we're thinking about doing that trip. It's in September, I think, out in Cincinnati, and I just like to meet new people, meet a lot of the people. I hear Roman is the life of the party, so that would be pretty interesting. So
is that where Roman is?
I don't know.
Wait, Roman is Russian. Did you know that?
Huh?
Roman is Russian.
What does that have to do with anything?
I think he lives in Cincinnati.
Okay.
I'm just turning a light bulb on because I was watching some of your videos the other day, and
wouldn't mind going, like renting a car and doing a yard sale or two out there. That'd be pretty interesting. Doing a yard sale out that way. Yeah, but
who knows when is it?
September.
Oh,
end of September.
Okay.
But Thomas says hopefully they bring templates to mobile one day. I'd like to try them. I have a template set for just the way I like my item description formatted, and it's really basic. Has a bold title and then just a generic description. I have it set up for like the shoes, and then I'll go in and change the description. But honestly, when I'm making a listing on the phone, I won't even mess with the item description. I'll save it and I'll mess with the templates when I get back to the computer. Tom, if they ever bring template the mobile, then I'll switch. Any Roman's in Cleveland.
Oh, he's in Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah. Tommy is in Cincinnati. I don't know. Is that right?
There's a laughing face.
And Tommy is Russian.
No, Tommy is not Russian.
The wires burn out because Jenna is on fire.
Where do you see that? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, stop yourself.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen in April when I'm
Watch.
gone?
Maybe I'll just have somebody snip the Wi-Fi in April when you're gone.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I can't go live.
Just wreck the car into the box out there. Tommy says, yes, Cincinnati's the only one worth paying for. They aren't making money off the tickets. Just put it on to meet people. Yeah.
I think that's really all it is.
And that's what I like. I mean, look, we have these, like the Boss Reseller Remix out here in Vegas, right? And what do they want for that? Every bit of like $250. Was that what it was? Or was it like even closer to 400? I don't know. But to me, it's like, yeah, I can meet up with a lot of people, in the evening, like at the hangout out there. I mean, I don't feel like I'm going to get a whole lot out of the money that I put into it. I'd rather use that money and go visit my kids out in California or whatever, that kind of thing. But $125, yeah, I'm going to put in money for airfare and all that. But I like to travel and that kind of thing and meet people. Look, Craigslist Hunter is a guy I've always wanted to meet. Pete, I met, of course, Cincinnati Picker, of course, not in person, but these are all genuine people. Kevin, just to meet people like that, and something that I look forward to, that type of thing.
My eyes look really blue right now. I don't know if it's the lighting or what.
I think it's the background lighting.
That's weird.
Tommy says, no, I'm freight forwarder in Delaware. Roman says, I used to be the life of the party. Now, since Tommy is going, he will be the life of the party. So Tommy's going to be there.
I don't think Tommy said he wouldn't. He said, I would put, what did he say? It was trash to cash. So he said, I would put the cash in the trash before I would go.
I think that's the other part. That's the other meetup. That's not the one we're talking about.
Oh, it's
the one we're talking about is the one that's being put together by Cincinnati Picker, Craigslist Hunter, and Commonwealth Picker out in Cincinnati. It's going to be like a dinner cruise. I don't know if it's like gambling or anything on it. That's even more of a cool thing. I like those little river boats. I think they're kind of cool. Let's see.
Tommy, nah, Roman, my wife would smack the snot out of me if I act up in public.
Biff says Harry Tornado's event looked like the biggest ripoff surprise. Yeah, when it starts being one of those things where you're making money off of the deal, it's like, okay, that's
not what it's about. We didn't.
You know me. I don't like.
We would rather just meet people. Like that's.
Here's the thing, guys. Once you're
care less about making money.
I'm only like 17,000 subscribers, and we're making it's a decent amount a month, for just the views and everything. To make this into a money grab, I just think is just wrong. And I'm just saying the YouTube aspect of it. You guys know how I feel about charging people for like, extra content and Discord and extra content, and then to charge people
to meet you. That's embarrassing.
I mean, it's like I can see if you're charging what it costs to put it together, then yes, that's cool. That's you just putting it together, and maybe there's some prizes that's involved, and you're not coming out of pocket, but at the same time, you're not making money off of it.
I think that's also too just somebody trying to boast their own ego.
Well, there's a lot of egos.
There's a lot of egos on this interweb.
There's a lot of egos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that there's 17,000 plus people who have subscribed to my channel. There's 88 people in chat or that are watching right now, despite we had a 10-minute, 15-minute delay, and you guys just still hung out. I mean, that's amazing to me. And because I don't know if I would have hung out, to be honest with you. So you guys blow me away sometimes, but you guys are all
Pete,
awesome. That's for sure.
Who's Pete?
Pete is a Craigslist hunter, but is he in chat?
No. They're talking about
Oh,
him.
Tommy, you can always tell your wife that it was me acting up. Pete is the most genuine person in the whole space. Never charged a viewer a dime for years and years of content. That's the way it's meant to be. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
you said he's from where?
He's from Detroit.
No. His channel.
Who?
Pete.
Pete is Craigslist hunter. Yes, and he's.
I don't watch a lot of.
He has a
resellers on YouTube.
He has a. You guys, most of you guys know who Craigslist hunter is. He has a. I thought it was a pawn shop. Someone said it isn't, but it looks like every bit of a pawn shop. I mean, he writes up slips and this, that, and the other thing when someone brings stuff in. He has a cool parrot named. I thought the bird was Ruby. I'm not certain about that because he has a cat that gets into stuff. And it's kind of just a cool little thing. It's interesting to see how he interacts with his customers and stuff, but he also sells on eBay. And Pete is just a genuine guy. So it's just kind of cool watching his videos. Tommy says, all these clowns nowadays learn from Pete and such for free and now charge for the content they learn for free.
Yeah, isn't that really just, here's where my F-bomb wants to come out. That's really effed up,
but
in my opinion.
Look, if every video you make turns in like 3/4 of the way into, check out my course and do this, that, and the other half of the video was full of bad information, I have a problem with that. See, this is the thing. This is what started this channel, is watching people give bad information, and then, they're hyping themselves up like they did something special. And again, a particular big channel out there, not only did they make bad content, they came back and corrected themselves with bad content. It's in both times I'm like, wrong again, dude. And I support people like Craigslist Hunter.
I just can't.
These are things you don't see Craigslist Hunter do. These are things you don't see Commonwealth Picker do.
I don't think the majority of any of those guys.
I don't ever see Cincinnati Picker doing things like that. And then you, at the end of the video or 3/4 of the way, hey, check out my, my special program that could get you started, or I'll do this for you. Or look, guys, this is about helping you make money, not helping you spend money. And that's what this channel is always going to be about. And the channels I trust are the ones that are going to be about that too. So, all those fakers should watch Pete's videos. Yes, I agree. No one designs this. Who is Pete? I only have watch Flippin' Ain't Easy and some of the guys in Virginia.
Wait, no one designed. Where are you? Where are you from?
Anytime Pickers, Roman says, great example for all those new resellers to just watch Pete's videos right away. I remember he had a video years ago where he was actually getting in the trash cans to pull out boxes. I remember that. Let's see here. PTS treasures news to forgive, but I've seen a lot of money grabbing behavior in the reseller community, which is disheartening. It is.
Absolutely. That is why this channel was born.
So, look, guys, here's the thing. I have mentioned before that as you get bigger on YouTube, it starts becoming another money source, a revenue source, right? So this is what we do. We sell on eBay. We make a living off of eBay, and YouTube has become a source of additional revenue that's come in, that's been able to allow us to take time, do live streams, make videos. Of course, you're supporting the time that we take. but you're not coming out of pocket. YouTube's paying that. So I don't mind advertisers. They want to pay for that. We have sponsors, but I'm very careful about the sponsors that we take on the channel, and I don't push them down your throat. I mean, I may mention Prime Lister every so often if you want to deal with cross listing, but that's kind of it. We're going to be working with, I believe we're going to be working with a liquidation company here pretty soon. And it's just to, I don't ever want to promote anything that I don't personally use myself, or I don't think is going to have a benefit to you guys in some way, shape, or form. But I'm not going to be up here saying, look, send me more money and I'll give you X, Y, and Z. I don't believe in that. I think it's crap. And so it is what it is. There's no change in that, because see, there's going to be an element who are going to try to take advantage of as many people as possible to make money. They're using the platform to make as much money as they can, and that's their business. That's just not who I am. Tommy says, I respect Pete and John to the highest levels. Won't find more genuine people in reselling space. Yeah. Well, that's John. John, not talking about me. He's talking about John Cincinnati. Picker.
I take it back.
Craigslist Hunters. I thought he was in Detroit, but you're probably right. Somewhere in that area, Chicago, Detroit. Pete lives near Crystal Lakes, Illinois. Okay.
Why is everybody in it? Oh no, never mind. I just had a blonde moment.
I thought it was Detroit, but I guess I'm wrong. John, Jenna, we would all still have been here an hour later. We just carried a show while you guys had time out. Yeah, you guys sit there and just talk amongst each other. That's pretty awesome.
I love it.
Cat's name is Honey. Okay. But the bird, I think the bird is the coolest. Ruby is the coolest thing. That bird.
I'm gonna have to check out the channel because
Tommy says no, he doesn't do loans, not a pawn. Okay, so he only buys, sells, and trade. Okay. Craigslist Hunter is the OG. Pawn shops are illegal in his area, so buys outright.
Illegal? Shit.
We have
pawn shop on every corner.
Picky Ricky says, I learned the most from Pete's videos, started selling VHS players, for instance.
That's cool.
Sounds like daily refinement. Well, daily refinement, again, it's
He's right on the list. We don't have to go there. You don't have to dig in.
I'm not going to go there. I do watch some of the content because I do like what his buddy Tech and Sports has to say. That guy has good information, but that's kind of where
does he have his own channel though?
I don't
Tech
think
and
so.
Sport.
No, I don't. Think
okay, because didn't
he has time for that? He doesn't have time.
He left daily refinement.
No,
I heard that he did.
No, he's going to be quitting reselling altogether here in about a year and a half. Yeah, Piggy Ricky says dumpster diving video. Yeah, that's the video I was talking about with Craigslist Hunter. Stepmo says I learned from flipping ain't easy on how to call eBay. Yeah, gotta call eBay, and
that's what I was laughing at.
That's awesome.
I need you to hide these, please.
Flipping and reselling.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Got some people that are coming in here getting kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Where's our mods?
Truman Lost in Time Picker. I've seen some of the paid program sellers on the official eBay videos. RR is one of those sellers.
Mm-hmm.
RR? I don't know. No one designed to. Roman, that is just what membership was supposed to do to make you forget. PTS Treasures, Patty says, you guys are great. Been watching you for months. Well, thanks, Patty. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Patty. We're so glad.
No one designs in North Carolina. What part?
North Carolina? What part? We have a daughter and grandchildren in North Carolina.
We have my daughter's in New Bern, North Carolina, like on the East Coast there. Mm-hmm. That stranger says, LOL, even better, the channel where every money grabbing video tells the viewers they're wrong in every way while being permanently banned from eBay. Yeah. And it's funny because it's like, you're going to fail on eBay because you did this. It's like, but I'm making more than you on eBay. So what does that mean? So it is what it is. No one designed to. My crackheads are from North Carolina and Virginia. Let's see. Roman says, DR told me to resell my membership on eBay. Tommy says, because reselling is a grind, it's easier to pretend to resell and do YouTube, whatnot, and charge viewers for oxygen. Yeah. It's easier to say, here's what I know, but I'm not going to do it. And some of these channels would rather buy out someone's store than to build their own. I thought that was kind of interesting. Tommy says, I love daily refinement and tech. They'll kill the competition with the worst business model known to man, running a sweatshop for $4 profit per item. Yeah, that's definitely something that I definitely want to avoid, is having a huge store. And, while you can make money that way, guys, you got to have a lot of inventory, thousands of items that you have to account for, and you have to have space for it. And it can be done, but it's disingenuous to think that you can teach most people to be that, because it's just not feasible for most people. Let's see. Process. I'm using mobile. Didn't see anything, Jenna. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
R is Rally Roots. Okay.
It's okay. I caught it. I don't know how long it was there because I didn't see it before, but it's fine.
Yeah. So RR is Rally Roots. Yeah.
Yeah, the like cheerleaders for.
I gotta say, I tried to introduce myself to Rally Roots a couple years ago in Vegas, and they looked at me like I was a crack dealer, and they kind of like,
you're a crackhead.
Like, get it, and he looked at me with like a weird look on his face, and then he looked back to whoever he was talking to. I think
he was very intoxicated.
I don't think so.
He was.
Not last year, the year before that. When I went there with Archie. We're at downtown Vegas. We're playing some poker at Golden Nugget. We went outside and we met up with the people, the sellers that are out there for the reseller remix. And that's when I went up to Ryan and I said, "Hey Ryan, how you doing, man?" And he turned and looked at me like, "Who the hell are you? Whatever." I mean, like, I'm nobody special, but at least, hey, if I'm coming up to you, obviously I've watched your videos.
Yeah, at least, what if he wasn't somebody on YouTube? He was just somebody that has learned from him and was a fan. For him to treat him the way that he did when he walked up just to say hello and address him by name, that's absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah, it's not cool, but it is what it is. I mean, first impressions are a bitch, I guess. Ed, hey, Jenna and John, I just got ill but feeling better now.
Oh no!
Yeah, same here, man.
Feel better, because John's not feeling great either.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I had a headache before the live, and I feel all right now.
Well, because you gave it to me, I have a headache.
No.
But that's normal, so
yeah. Whatever. I get beat up so bad on this program. Tommy says tech would be quitting if it was great. They only talk gross numbers like most frauds. Look at solds, they're just washing money. Yeah, the way he made it sound was that he's retiring, and after a year and a half, he's got so much money that he don't need to resell anymore, kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it's hard enough to keep up with what I'm doing, but it just seems like I've never known many people who can get rich off this game. It's definitely a way you can make a living, but to say that I've made enough money to where I don't need to do anything for the rest of my life on eBay, and that don't seem right to me. There's something not right about that. That Stranger's OMG cheerleader. LMAO.
RR was, I called them jerk because they're eBay cheerleaders. Like,
yeah. No one design says I'm right under Raleigh and Holly Springs. Raleigh. Yes.
Holly Springs.
That must be a
Didn't we fly into Raleigh?
No, Charlotte.
Oh, we flew into Charlotte.
Yeah, and then we drove all the way from Charlotte
to
the
man,
East
that
Coast.
Was a long drive.
A lot of trees. You guys have a lot of trees out there.
It's absolutely beautiful there. I would live there in a heartbeat if it wasn't humid. We went in July and I thought I was going to die. That humidity out there, I don't know how you guys deal with that. I mean, everybody says you learn to live with it, like you get used to it and you adjust. But man, that was horrendous. You walk out the door and it like punches you in the chest.
Ed says I had a bad headache and as well, but great thing about reselling is you can make money while dying in bed. Yeah, yeah, you sure can.
You can, but John refuses to take a minute.
Tommy says I love the day in the life of six-figure reseller videos. The DR clones do. Yeah, they gross 6 figures, but net $6. Let's see. Mabjag Maverick says, don't forget to use your USPS boxes at UPS to save money. UPS doesn't see a problem with it, so I don't either, especially the long triangular boxes. Commonwealth Picker said he recently did this too.
Is that the shoe boxes we use?
No, well, they're different. Like the USPS has some regional A and B boxes that aren't used for regional A and B anymore, but you can still use them for priority, and they just get charged the rate. But I wouldn't use USPS boxes for UPS at all, and that's just me. You're not supposed to. So I like to follow the rules and not, who knows? Probably nothing will happen, right? Because someone will report it to USPS, and if you ever try to report anything to USPS, it's like pulling teeth. Can't even get my carrier half the time to show up.
Speaking of, I need to just go check real quick.
I checked already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I went out that way, the packages are gone.
Oh.
So I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. But see, we use poly bags and bubble wrap for a lot of things, so we don't even need the boxes. Let's see, there's much more coming. Piggy his cash will be inflated way in no time with this economy. That's true. Yvonne Killens says, good evening. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Wow. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Anytime Picker says, Ed is right about making money while you're sick. That's for sure. Ed says, I like to follow the rules too. I hate when people on Mercari say, can you ship this 3-pound rate shoes for 4-ounce rate? Yeah, I had a lady leave me a negative on Mercari. She kept asking me to use media mail on a set of mats, bathroom mats that she was buying. I'm like, I can't. These are like, the mats were like 6 or 7 pounds. It's like those memory foam ones. And she was like, send a media mail. And I'm like, you can't send these media mail. I said, this is the cheapest that it's going to be. It's whatever Mercari is set up as based on weight and dimensions. And she left this feedback saying, yeah, this seller didn't know what they were doing. I tried to tell them how to ship, but they wouldn't listen to me. And so I'm not happy with the, no, I did not overcharge you for shipping. But and they left their feedback and blocked me instantly, so I couldn't even go back and leave my feedback.
And reply, yeah. He says he stays home with the AC on. Yeah, but man.
Thomas says YouTube loves those channels, Roman. I just laugh. It's not sustainable. I can't make more hours a day to keep grinding out more and more listings to scale. No ceiling on average sale price scaling. Yeah. Tommy, at least it's entertainment instead of comedy club. Yeah, it just, what can you do? I hope that the folks that watch YouTube for eBay content are really considering, they look past the happy face. They look past, the fact that this person might have 50, 60, 70, 100,000 subs, and look at what they're saying throughout the video. If at any point through the video, it's about, join my program or, that kind of thing. Let me do this for you or buy this from me. I would maybe think twice about, what they're telling you. Because see, it's more about how can I help you and you give me money rather than how can I help you so that you can learn for yourself and grow as a reseller, right? Because that's what this channel, there's a lot of channels like this out there, but I want you to think about that when you're trying to discern from one channel to the next. You just got to use your best judgment. But just know, aside from like sponsorships every once in a while on this channel, it's never going to be about, charging you for extra content or programs or discords or things like that, because I think it just really it's just not a good look, and I'll leave it at that. But we are an hour and 50 minutes in. I know we had a 10-minute delay because of this stupid internet, and I want to apologize to you guys for that. But just know this, that eBay, we're here because we're resellers on eBay. Most of us are. I want to see eBay succeed, but it's a good idea to understand where the platform is going and, you know, what they're up to when it comes to their health as a company. And, you know, talking about how eBay is 8.9% lost revenue in Q4, and it's probably actually even worse than that. Hold on real quick. Sorry, guys. Rodzilla Rock says, hello from Indiana. I just started watching your channel a few days ago and a new sub. I'm a reseller, so great info here. Well, thank you. Appreciate that,
Thank
Rodzilla.
you for coming in.
Yeah. But, you know, we talk about, you know, eBay promoting certain categories over just what most of us sell, and, you know, how they're so gung-ho about how they're 7% up. But if they're 8.9% down, that means for us, it's probably about anywhere from 10 to 15% down, and they spin numbers, right? But it's not to really knock eBay. It's just to understand that, look, if you had a bad Q4, it's probably a combination of things. Yes, you can improve on what you're selling. But at the end of the day, it's partially because eBay is more focused on driving traffic to the categories that they want you to sell or they want to focus on, instead of advertising for what made eBay who they are. And they need to get back to that, in my opinion. But these things are out of your control. It's just a good idea to know what you're up against and what eBay's doing. But it's yet another sign of sometimes how flipping ain't easy. I'm going the wrong direction. Sorry.
We never know because the camera's
backwards. And I want you guys to have an excellent weekend. And hopefully, you know, my voice will be a little bit better on Monday, and we can get some more content out to you. I don't know if I'm going to do any videos this weekend, even though I want to. But if you don't hear from me this weekend, we'll talk to you guys again on Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And you guys
have a great weekend. We love you so much.
You
Thanks
guys are
for
awesome.
being here. Thanks for your patience.
Yes. All right. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.